Broadcasting live from our new state-of-the-art studio in downtown Chicago, it's Radio DePaul Sports, the student voice of your DePaul Blue Demons.
You're listening to Division I Big East coverage, live on Radio DePaul Sports, the student voice of your DePaul Blue Demons.
Live from the Wintrust Arena here in Chicago, Illinois, we have the Eastern Michigan Eagles facing off against the DePaul Blue Demons. Jack Theil here alongside Jack Sullivan. Jack Squared here calling the game today, but what's really squared is this DePaul Blue Demons basketball team coming in undefeated, and they've been playing on all cylinders, and it's starting with their two-time Big East Player of the Week, Javon Freeman Liberty.
Yeah, it's a great first beginning of the season for the DePaul Blue Demons. As you said, leading the Big East right now. They usually, have a pretty good time against the non-conference games to start off the season, and once they hit the conference games, you hope to keep that success going, and so that's what finish out non-conference games here. So.
Yeah, and a big game here today, as their next game is probably their biggest test of the year with the Loyola Ramblers coming in town, or I should say a couple miles. What do you think DePaul needs to do here today to get prepared for that matchup?
Yeah, I think starting to get a little bit healthy here. Not so much injuries, but they're getting some guys back. A few more rotational pieces. I think they're pretty good with the ball. I know Eastern Michigan has a rough time, with turnovers near the bottom in the NCAA. So forcing some of these turnovers on Eastern Michigan, it looks like their leading point getter Noah Farrakhan is out, or at least not starting. So that's one less piece that they have to work against. But yeah, start early, get a good lead. First half's been kind of a little struggle for DePaul this year, and so coming out strong and getting a good lead and holding it.
Yeah, Noah Farrakhan, one of their best players on the team, a freshman averaging about 16.8, 32 minutes a game, not in the starting lineup. We do not know why. We don't know if he may be coming off the bench, but for right now, he will not be starting. And we were talking it before the game. This is Eastern Michigan team. Yeah, they're 2-3. They've had a couple tough tests. They've already faced two of the top Big Ten teams this year in college basketball on the road in Indiana and Eastern Michigan, and two of their wins are against Illinois State and Western Illinois. What do you think Eastern Michigan's going to have to do this game to get back on track and get a nice win against a very hot DePaul Blue Demons team?
Yeah, kind of on the flip side, they need to control the ball, limit the turnovers on their offensive side. On defense, they're going to have to stay out of foul trouble, and kind of withstand that early rush that I'm sure DePaul is going to try to do. As I said, working on getting strong starts in the first half. So far, DePaul's been a good second half team. So, keep the game close into halftime for Eastern Michigan, and that's probably, a good starting point for them going to halftime and figure out the game plan to, come out with a win for them for their sakes at the end of the game.
Yeah, so here are your starting lines for today's game. For the Eastern Michigan Eagles, it'll be Monty Scott, Bryce McBride, Darren Spotsville, Nate Scott, and Mo Najai. And for the DePaul Blue Demons, it's going to be what we've been seeing all year. Javon Freeman Liberty, Philmon Gieberwitt, David Jones, Brandon Johnson, and the big man in the middle, Nick Ongenda. We're set to tip off here. Sunday hoops. I know, some football going on, but always nice to, play a couple basketball on a Sunday afternoon here. DePaul trying to continue their hot streak. Tony Stubblefield in his first year here with the Blue Demons, he's done everything that you could have asked for so far, really. Especially in the Big East. That's going to be very tough this year. DePaul, I know it's non-conference play only and only a couple of games, but they are first place. They're the only undefeated team left in the Big East Conference, and the way they're playing, you don't really see them losing at any time soon.
Yeah, the Loyola game will be tough, but you got to take on who you're playing one game at a time, as the saying goes, and we're getting ready to tip off right here. Yeah,
and don't forget, they already have a nice win here at the Wintrust Arena against Rutgers, a Big Ten opponent. So already one win that's going to look good on the resume when you make that push to March Madness. So DePaul trying to keep that resume clean with a win over here against Eastern Michigan. Things getting set to go in their way.
Probably trying to crack the top 25 come tomorrow. A win here will definitely do that.
I think a win against Loyola. I mean, you going against that Louisville game, I believe on the 10th. You're looking at maybe a vote or two. That tip is underway, and the Eagles win the tip. It'll be Bryce McBride who controls it and brings the ball up. Javon Freeman Liberty will be guarding the guard, number 4 on number 4.
McBride, the entry player for the starting lineup today, taking Farrakhan's spot.
Averages about 27 minutes off the bench, so he does play starter minutes as it is, but like you said, again, the starting role today, his first start of the season. Scott with the ball. He's going to think about it. Has nowhere to go. 1 second left on the shot clock, and that's going to be a shot clock violation.
Yep. There's the good start.
Nate Scott couldn't get that one off, and a good job by the Blue Demons defense. They did that in the first half against Northern Kentucky on Friday night. A couple of early shot clock violations, and it really helped them jump to an early lead. So Blue Demons will get their first possession of the game. Gieberwitt with the ball on the wing. Freeman posting up down here on the baseline. Liberty on McBride. Angenda, the Euro step in the slam. A nice job by the big man who had himself one of his best games of the year on Friday night. Starts to Paul off with an emphatic slam.
Always great to get the big men going early. Then you can start inside and eventually take it out.
And right there's a 3 in the corner by number 2, Monty Scott, the senior out of Union, New Jersey. And Gieberwitt with a 3 on the wing. That's going to be short front off the rim. Rebound by Nate Scott. McBride bringing the ball up.
That was a quick shot selection there.
McBride nowhere to go. He's just going to throw that one up. It's going to go off the rim. We have a foul, and that one's going to be on the Eagles. That one looks to be on number 13, Mo Jai.
There you go.
Just rhymes with pie.
Yep, just rhymes with pie. Great ad-lib there.
Good job by the Eastern Michigan media for putting that one together in the pregame notes. So Agenda has the ball on the free throw line, looking for someone to pass to. He goes to Javon Freeman Liberty on the baseline. Gieberwitt now trapped in the corner. He's going to go in, spin move, tries to go underhand, no good. Jai with the rebound. He's going to give it to number 10, Darian Spotsville, the senior out of Arizona. Monty Scott with the ball up top. Najai with a 3. And that one's good. Oh, if you have a 6'10 center shooting 3-pointers, Eastern Michigan might have themselves an upset alert here today as it's 5-2 Eagles.
Yeah, I think they got to close out a little bit more on the three-point line there. They gave them a lot of room there. I'm sure that's probably something they'll adjust to soon here.
David Jones driving in, nowhere to go, all the way across the Gieberwitt. That ball hits out of bounds, and that's going to be a turnover on the Blue Demons. Eagles ball. And these are one of the most dangerous things you can see. A team that maybe, has a couple losses, they come in, and DePaul, who I believe was 11-point favorite coming in today, and obviously you're 5-0, get a couple threes, get a couple turnovers, you're feeling really confident about yourself.
Yeah, and as you said, the Eagles have played 2 strong games already this year against quality opponents on the road, so this is nothing that they're new, this is nothing, not a new task to them right now.
So Spotsville will kick it out to Scott. Nate Scott, mid-range shot, that one's good. Nice one right there.
Jumpers are going down early for the Eagles right now. DePaul's got to get back inside with Nganda, I think. It's a good start here.
Yeah, Nganda is the only DePaul point so far. That was an emphatic 2-handed slam. Got to get the 2 hands for safety, of course.
Yes.
So Nganda with the ball on the free throw line. Really nowhere for him to go. He's going to go to the hoop again, and that one's in a tough layup by the center. And he has his 4th point of the game and all Blue Demon points as well.
That was some physical contact on defense there by Jai, but no foul call.
Jai with in the baseline, getting double teamed by the Blue Demons, kicks it out to Scott. All the way to Spotsville. Spotsville drives in with the left hand. That one's going to be off. Gets his own rebound, misses that putback. Freeman Liberty brings down the rebound, pushing it up the court, goes to the corner. David Jones pump fakes it, goes to his left. Inside is Agenda. That's stolen by Monty Scott. Monty Scott pushing it, and he's going to settle things down and, have the Eagles offense run some motion offense. Ajay up top. He's going to go to number 25, Nate Scott, and it looks like that's going to be a foul on the Blue Demons on the pass. Looks like maybe got contact right there. We're going to have our first substitutions end the game. Jalen Terry for the Blue Demons, who made his first appearance this season last Friday against the Northern Kentucky Norse. He's going to come in for Brandon Johnson, and for the Eagles, I should say, a couple substitutions before then, the first time we'll see Colin Golson Jr., a forward out of Detroit, Michigan, and also number 23, Thomas Benelli out of Italy. So
it is great to see Jalen Terry back in the lineup.
Yeah.
Much needed body right now for.
And they still have Tyon Grant Foster coming back as well. So the Blue Demons not even 100% back yet. So Benelli will kick it back up top.
Not even
to Monty Scott.
Not even health problems, but
yeah, just
transfer eligibility issues. Good block.
And
there.
Nick Agenda sends that one straight back into the crowd. Spotsville tried to get a lay-in, but Nick Agenda wasn't having it.
Looks like Geberwitt might be a little nicked up here. He's hunched over at the waist.
And as you see, Stubblefield goes right to his bench, and it's going to be Corvisier or McCauley. It's been a physical game so far in these early minutes.
Yeah, a lot of action. A few too many turnovers for DePaul, I'd say. A little stronger with some of their passes, especially under the basket.
Monty Scott drives in, and that one's off. Ogenda brings down the rebound. Freeman Liberty pushes the ball up. 7-4, Eagles lead. Liberty, the crossover to left hand. Oh, what a beautiful layup by the senior guard, getting his first points of the game.
Probably the first time they've really attacked the defense, so that's great. Freeman Liberty, definitely the guy to do that.
You don't want Freeman Liberty to do everything, but, I mean, there's times where he's just going to have to take over. There's a mid-range shot, and it's good by number 1, Colin Golson Jr. So Eastern Michigan doing a good job of responding to whatever DePaul has, and there's a foul by Bryce McBride, a couple of O's from the Eastern Michigan bench thinking that was all ball, but nevertheless, that will be a foul. We're going to be right back after this media timeout.
Listen, as a hiring manager, I've got to tell you, the best job candidate isn't always the typical candidate. Sometimes they're a grad of life.
Meet the grads of life. Young adults of unique determination and experience, an ideal fit for your company in an entry-level position, internship, or mentorship. They might not have every qualification you typically look for, but they're exactly who your company needs.
Sometimes the best candidates aren't the ones you're used to.
Go to gradsoflife.org to learn how to find, cultivate, and train this great pool of untapped talent. Brought to you by the Ad Council and gradsoflife.org.
It's Thursday night, and you're grabbing drinks with some friends. Started off with a pitcher for the table, which quickly becomes 2. There's pool. And there's the photo booth.
All right, everybody squeeze in. Say cheese!
Followed naturally by an order of wings. And another.
Can we get some extra ranch sauce?
Then there's the ceremonial nightcap.
So what are we doing this weekend?
And lastly, it's back to the car, which, if you're buzzed, could be the most expensive night of your life. Getting pulled over for buzzed driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzzed driving, because buzzed driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Division I Big East coverage, live on Radio DePaul Sports, the student voice of your DePaul Blue Demons.
Here at the Wintrust Arena, Jack Theil alongside Jack Sullivan here in the first media timeout. The Eastern Michigan Eagles lead 9-6, making all the shots they can. They're 1 for 1 from the three-point line, but also shooting 4 of 9 in general, and also rebounding the ball very well. Already 2 offensive rebounds and total of 4 rebounds. So this is an Eastern Michigan team. We said they're battle tested, and you don't want to sleep on them. And they've had probably one of the best starts you could ask for so far today.
Yeah. Those 2 offensive rebounds came on the same play by guard, but still, nonetheless, good rebounding early for them. They're a good three-point shooting team as far as percentage-wise. I don't think they take a ton of them, but when they do, they're calculated, and they usually convert on them. And so far, 1 for 1, and as DePaul is 0 for 1 in three-point from the three-point line. So.
Yep. So if you're familiar with Eastern Michigan basketball, interesting note that we are finding out is Noah Farrakhan, not in a starting lineup, and he has not been brought in yet. So we don't know if he's out today or what's going on, but he is here in attendance at the game. But he is in uniform and everything, but we do not know if he's going to play today. He's not in the lineup. McBride took over him, who's in right now. So If we find anything, we'll definitely let you know. So David Jones with the ball up top. He goes to Nick Ogenda. Ogenda with the mid-range. That's going to be short front off the rim. Monty Scott with that rebound. He's going to push the ball up the court. He's going to settle things down and hand it off to another guard in Spotsville. Spotsville looking for someone to go to. He's going to go right back to Scott. Monty Scott, that is. There's two Scotts, Monty and Nate Scott.
As we found out, not brothers.
Not brothers, so hopefully not get those a little mixed up. Spotsville goes to his left, kicks it out for three. Golson, that one's off the back rim, and it's going to be a rebound by Ogenda, who gives it out to David Jones. David Jones.
Good team rebound there.
Yep. David Jones trying to find some room, goes to Liberty. Liberty a deep three, and that one is in. Javon Freeman Liberty ties the game up here at 9.
A nice little three in front of the Eagles bench there.
You just make things easier for DePaul. I mean, the way he's been playing. And a
Looks
deep
very
three right
comfortable.
there by Monty Scott. So Scott says, what you can do, I can do better right there. Answers with his own three. So David Jones goes inside Ogenda. Another two-handed slam. Nick Ogenda shaking the rim.
Ogenda and Freeman Liberty show so far here, which is
Nice pick
great
and
to
roll
see, though.
game.
Yeah.
So Scott goes to Spotsville. Spotsville looking for someone to go to. He's going to hand it off to McBride. McBride goes inside the Golson Jr. Double teamed on the baseline.
Good
That's going to be a
double team
steal
there.
right there. Freeman Liberty with the ball. Kicks it out to McCauley. McCauley lays that one off the glass. And the DePaul Blue Demons have the lead once again.
Yeah, that was a great transition pass by Freeman Liberty. Found the open guy. Got McCauley there for a nice layup.
So Spotsville kicks it out to Scott. Scott loses the ball. Looks like that's going to be a foul on David Jones. And we're going to have a couple substitutions.
Tried picking that one there. Got a little too physical, but I think that's probably a good key. You know, good defense, lead to transition baskets that we've seen early a couple times so far here. So you know, keep trying to pick the pocket, and eventually you get them. Just try to limit that contact a little too.
So Yori Ane will come in for Nick Ogenda, and Brandon Johnson will return to the game. Appears for David Jones. And for the Eagles, they have one substitution. That looks to be number 3, Luke Savicic. Kicks it out to Spotsville. Spotsville inside the floater, and it's good right there. So nice play right after that foul, and Jalen Terry from Flint, Michigan brings the ball, hands it off to Brandon Johnson. Ane with the ball up top inside to Javon Freeman Liberty. That one will not go in. Benelli secures the rebound and hands it off to Spotsville. Benelli in the wing shoots the three, and that one's off. A good rebound right there by Golson. Stays inside. That's going to be a foul on Brandon Johnson. Golson's going to head to the line for 2 free throws. It looks like Philmon Gieberwitt will be coming in, as well as Bryce McBride.
Caught Brandon Johnson in the air there. Got him, ducked under him, and got that prototypical in the air foul call.
Good pump fake right there to get the defender off his feet. So Golson with 2 points already in today's game. Hits the first free throw. So McBride will be coming in for Monty Scott, and Gieberwitt comes in for Javon Freeman Liberty. So interesting to see how this DePaul offense will, go around without Freeman Liberty. He's been the guy so far with 5 of the 18 or 13 points, I should say.
Yeah, with Freeman Liberty and Ogenda out.
Yeah, Ogenda as well.
Most of their point. There's only 2 points from McCauley got that transition to layup. So somebody's going to have to, take the ball here, either get an assist, a nice little layup, get under the basket. I think that's a good place to start here.
So that's going to be an off-ball foul on Golson. Golson pleading his case that maybe there was a wraparound by Johnson, but nevertheless, that's going to be a foul. It's 16-13. Eagles here with 12:38 left. Jalen Terry from Flint, Michigan to pass the ball out. We talked about how made his first appearance. We said a couple guys are trying to get cleared after transferring. He got cleared for last game. Showed a couple of signs. I think Tony Stubblehill giving a little minute restriction for his first live game action this year.
Yeah,
just getting him ready for the Big East play.
Yeah, exactly. Want to get him some minutes here, get cohesion with the team because he hasn't played so far, this season. So it's good to see have him back in.
Johnson with a deep 3 up top. That's off the back rim, and they go soaring, but that tips to Golson for the rebound. Spotsville with the ball up top. Spin move again. He's going to go back up top to McBride. McBride drives. He kicks it out to up top. Double team by DePaul. Golson goes to his left. Inside to Ane, and that's going to be a travel. A good job by Ane to keep the feet set and the hands in the air. And we're going to have a timeout here at the Wintrust Arena as the Eastern Michigan Eagles lead 16-13.
Dad, this is fun. I didn't think I liked kayaking.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it, but I think it's time to head back in.
Okay. Can we come back?
Sure. Hey, be careful getting out of the boat.
It's a kayak, Dad.
I'm gonna return the kayak.
Can we walk home?
How about a taxi?
It's a short fare from your neighborhood to your naturehood. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a neighborhood park or green space near you. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the U.S. Forest Service.
Rich is just a really good guy. The term good egg isn't enough to describe him. He's also certified organic and free range. Rich puts the cap back on everything. The toothpaste, the olive oil, the shampoo, everything. He lets his 10-year-old nephew beat him at virtual tennis, even though he can straight up slay his 10-year-old nephew in virtual tennis. When the toilet paper is running low, Rich replaces the roll on the actual holder, not just on the back of the toilet. Rich is texting and driving. Rich, no. What are you doing, Rich? I was just telling everyone how great you are. Texting and driving makes good people look bad. Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
I'm a champion, real-life checks mechanism. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Hi, Shaquille O'Neal for Rad. This is not your normal PSA. Don't be stupid. Don't drink and drive. If you're gonna go out and have a good time, it's fine, but designate a driver to drive home. Let's stop the madness. Don't drink and drive.
A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
I don't recycle. I mean, we can just find another planet for your kids to live on, you know?
Noted non-recycler Tommy Crenshaw talks about the future.
Oh, I can totally see finding another planet that can support life when ours fills up with trash.
Log on to yougottabekidding.org and learn about all the ways you can recycle, unless you're into lame excuses like Tommy's.
Hey, recycling's just not my thing. Starting over on a new planet? Now that's exciting.
Don't be that guy, unless you want people looking at you funny. Log on to yougottabekidding.org.
You're listening to Division I Big East coverage, live on Radio DePaul Sports, the student voice of your DePaul Blue Demons.
(16-13) the Blue Demons trail as they have the ball right now. Jalen Terry bringing the ball up.
Before the break there, that was a great defensive stop by Nye there to cause the travel violation there.
Yeah, Nye seems like he is just everywhere on the court when it's on defense, and his length just doesn't make things easier as Terry goes baseline, can't have anywhere to go as there's a double team right there. Gieberwitt drives inside, McCauley corner three, and it hits the nylon.
Big three there, big three.
Ties the game at 16. And we said, well, how's the offense going to look with Freeman Liberty? And that's a good answer out of the timeout right there.
Yep,
that's a step back three. That's off the back rim. Brandon Johnson pulls down the rebound. Terry pushes the ball up. Gieberwitt can't handle that one and loses it out of bounds. As we'll have substitutions, it's going to be Monty Scott coming in for Darion Spotsville for the Eagles, and for DePaul, David Jones going to be coming back for Brandon Johnson. So it's been McCauley, Agenda, and Freeman Liberty doing all the work. A nice cut right there, and able to save it, not going back court. So still Michigan ball, or Eastern Michigan, I should say. Inside, and that's going to be a foul. Appears to be on Terry or a nay. That's going to be on Terry from behind. Hit him on the arm. He will be shooting 2 shots.
Terry giving some pretty good minutes here, though, so it looks like he might be the one coming out for on the substitution here.
I think one thing that's underrated about college basketball is the power of cutting to the basket. You know, a lot of defenses don't sniff it out that well, as Najai misses that one and Freeman Liberty comes back in. But my point being is, it just seems like I see a lot of cutting to the basket work in college basketball.
Yeah, you can get it inside there. If you
got to fit that hole.
Yeah, quick guard that if you get a good pass, nice bounce pass, get it inside, and then you can either go up to the hoop or dish it back out to the corner for a three, which we actually just saw. Good point by DePaul on that 3-point shot a couple drives ago.
So Kevin David Rice will be coming in for his first minutes of the game for Eastern Michigan. Freeman Liberty back out there for the Blue Demons. It'll be Freeman Liberty for three up top. And that one bounces out. Uriane tries to tip it to himself, but Scott brings down the rebound, and Scott, in terms of Monty Scott, brings the ball up.
You're right, though. Anai is really athletic, showing his athleticism under the basket. He's flying right now. Great to see. Good tip there.
And David Jones tips that one out of bounds. So for DePaul, it's Terry, Freeman Liberty, Anai, I should say, Macaulay and Jones. And for the Eagles, it's Rice, Scott, McBride, Najai, and Scott. So
DePaul very aggressive on defense, reaching in for all these, trying to knock the ball out. That's like 3 times. I think they've been called for a foul twice, but nonetheless, you still got to try to do that. And also, looks like they're double teaming the ball on every one of these screens. It seems like they're trying to close them out, get them away from the basket, and force the ball handler to make some kind of decision. And looks like that's the way they're going to play the screens here.
So Brandon Johnson and Nick Agenda come in for the Blue Demons as Scott drives, and Agenda swats that one. And a steal right there, and another steal. Javon Freeman Liberty brings the ball up 2-on-1. Johnson goes inside, and he is fouled on the tough lay-in.
Hard foul.
So Johnson will be heading to the line for 2 free throws, but after an emphatic block by Nick Agenda, his second one of the day.
The big men are very active for DePaul right now. Great to see. Looks like Njai hobbling a little bit on his right ankle after that physical play under the basket on Brandon Johnson.
So Johnson will miss his first out of 2 free throws.
That was almost a little too eerily quiet for a second. A couple people need to talk here.
I know it doesn't say it on the video board, but usually they say, be quiet.
Oh, it's like too quiet.
And Johnson hits the second one and ties the game at 17. Almost like you can hear a pin drop.
That was
right
very
there.
Quiet there. I could hear myself breathe.
17-17 here with 10 minutes to go in this first half at the Wintrust Arena.
First time we've seen that press on DePaul's defense. So again, more aggressive defensive play calls there.
No field goals in the last 3 minutes and 6 seconds for the Eagles. So team trying to get back, getting in the hoop. All it takes one basket for your team to get hot, and a little bit on a cold spell right now. So McBride with the ball up top, goes to his right, uses the screen.
Another double team there on baseline.
And you can see when they're going to baseline, as there's a foul right there by Nick Agenda. Seemed to be holding Najai back, and he wasn't able to retrieve that ball. So
the old pass interference call in basketball there.
So that'll be the 15th foul by DePaul, and we'll have a substitution. Darian Spotsville will be coming in for McBride.
I think the Eagles here are trying to find a guy to take the ball and get a basket here, which is much needed for them right now. They just can't figure out who that guy is right now.
Well, I think the good thing for the Eagles, there hasn't really been that one guy that's done everything for them. It's been a total team effort. As Najai posts him up, he misses that one, and
great rebound under the basket.
Gets the rebound. Liberty goes inside to Agenda, loses his balance. The ball stays inbound. That's going to be a jump ball, and the possession arrow favors the Blue Demons.
Yes. Great hustle getting on the hardwood there. You love to see your players do that. Looks like we might need a little wipeage of the court under the basket, but
I don't think Freeman Liberty got the shoe dress code. Everyone wearing the blue and whites. He's got some yellow and pink shoes on right now.
Well, when you're the man, you got to be a little flashy, Look good, play good.
Yeah, there you go, man. So Agenda with the ball, he hands it off to David Jones for 3, and that one's off the front rim. Johnson tried to one-hand that rebound, but uses too much force and knocks it out of bounds, and it'll be Eastern Michigan ball as Benelli will sub in for the Eagles, and he will be coming in for Kevin David Rice.
I definitely think the Blue Demons are probably a little more aggressive than the Eagles are right now, and I got to think Stubblefield loves seeing that. I think each game this is what he's come to expect with his team, and I think that's what kind of the passion and culture that he's brought here to DePaul.
So Spotsville will bring the ball up. Goes to his left side. Goes back to his right, into the basket. Cuts it out to Benelli for three. Off the rim, and looks like David Jones secures the rebound. Freeman Liberty brings the ball up. Liberty going baseline to his left with the left hand. Oh, what a lay-in by the senior.
Strong move.
I mean, that's why he's a two-time Big East Player of the Week. A play like that right there, using a quick first step and using that left hand. So Scott with the ball up top. Ogenda on him. Nowhere to go. Just goes back up top to Spotsville. Nice pick and roll right there, and that's going to be a foul. Looks like that's going to be on David Jones.
Tough foul there. They had the double team under the basket, but that was a great pass, right under the basket, and a little too physical there.
Those are what those pick and rolls really do for you. If you hedge a little too much, it really gives the offense kind of like an open playing field.
Yeah, it looks like Freeman Liberty actually read that pretty good. He kind of left his man and took the cutter, as you were talking about before, and it was a little too late there.
So Scott hits his first free throw. Golson will be coming in for Kevin David Rice. So 18-19, the Blue Demons lead. And now for the rest of the first half, the Eagles are in the bonus. So maybe we'll see a lot of inside game from Eastern Michigan as it's tied here at 19.
Yeah, I would guess that they're trying to, take advantage of DePaul's physicalness and maybe use it against them.
As Johnson goes with the left hand, that's going to be off. Offensive rebound by Johnson. That's going to be a jump ball, and that's Eastern Michigan ball.
Johnson with a lot of emotion after taking that hard fall. I think he's maybe more just frustrated at that hard fall he had to take.
I think he was curious why there was why was there only a jump ball and nothing else, but
kind of not really a fan of the whole possession arrow thing. I don't think the Eagles should be rewarded there for
he
that.
He seemed to be a little what's it called? Just unbalanced there, just not having his feet, not being set. So I think that's why there was no call, just because he was just all over the place. Didn't really have, set motion. So
there was multiple hands on the ball too. So play on.
So Eagles ball here, 19-all. Scott with the ball. He's going to get off to Spotsville. Benelli sets a screen. Spotsville goes to his right. Goes back up top to Golson. Golson spin move to his right. That's going to be tipped by Agenda and
right to the right of the basket there.
By Jones. Jones going to drive inside. Goes to the corner to Gieberwitt. Gieberwitt for a quick three. And that one's good. Nothing but nylon.
Bang, bang.
For number 5. And the Blue Demons have their largest lead of the game at 3.
Great to see Gieberwitt get on the stat sheet here with a nice 3 there. That was much needed.
So Benelli looks like he tried to draw a foul, but he hits the 3 anyways.
Gets it to go.
DePaul's
kind of I think DePaul's the Eagles have rebounded on DePaul 3s both times now.
I mean, you can't see it, but I mean, Benelli was going strictly for the foul as Johnson goes inside 4-2, looking for a foul, but nevertheless comes right back with his own 2. But Benelli was going strictly for the foul. He just made the shot. I mean, hey, it went in. That's all you got to say.
Yep. Johnson again, another hard call there that didn't go his way, but he still got the basket. Little finger roll there by the Eagles, missed.
So David Jones
transition
goes to the baseline, goes inside, a block by Benelli. Benelli kins it off to Spotsville. Spotsville bringing the ball up. David Jones on him. Under 7 minutes to go here. Spotsville driving in, kicks it in. Scott loses it. David Jones with the ball. Javon Freeman's got an open basket and the one-handed jam by the senior guard. And DePaul leads 26-22.
That was a little Hail Mary. That was guaranteed.
So with that, we're going to head into this media timeout. The Blue Demons with their largest lead of the game.
Listen, as a hiring manager, I've got to tell you, the best job candidate isn't always the typical candidate. Sometimes they're a grad of life.
Meet the grads of life. Young adults of unique determination and experience, an ideal fit for your company in an entry-level position, internship, or mentorship. They might not have every qualification you typically look for, but they're exactly who your company needs.
Sometimes the best candidates aren't the ones you're used to.
Go to gradsoflife.org to learn how to find, cultivate, and train this great pool of untapped talent. Brought to you by the Ad Council and gradsoflife.org.
Biking in Chicago is more than just a mode of transportation. It's a lifestyle. It's convenient, affordable, and with 13,000 bike racks, parking is never a problem. But with every reward comes a sidecar of risk. In Chicago, over 1,700 cyclists a year are killed or injured in bike accidents involving motor vehicles. Bike safety is simple. First, become familiar with Chicago bike laws. Know your hand signals and when to use them. Love your brain. Get a bike helmet that fits your noggin and deck it out with a headlamp and some reflective gear for riding at night. Bike at least 3 to 4 feet away from parked cars to avoid being struck by a car door being open. Motorists can do their part too by checking their side view mirrors for bike traffic before exiting their vehicle. Most importantly, remember that we're sharing the road. Looking out for both ourselves and each other is the only way to keep Chicago's roads safe, no matter what your wheels look like. For more information on bike safety in Chicago, visit www.chicagobikes.org. This public service announcement was brought to you by Radio DePaul, Chicago's College Connection.
Whoa, long time no see. It's me, the Rock t-shirt in the back of your closet. Dude, remember? You crowd surfed in me, man. But you haven't worn me in like forever. I get it, you're retired, but I still got some rock left in me. So take me to Goodwill, where I can really make a difference.
Your donations to Goodwill create jobs, training programs, and education assistance for people in your community. To find your nearest donation center, go to goodwill.org. Donate stuff, create jobs. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Division I Big East coverage, live on Radio DePaul Sports, the student voice of your DePaul Blue Demons.
So as Dua Lipa's Elevate is playing, we just saw Javon Freeman Liberty elevate for an emphatic one-handed slam and give DePaul Blue Demons their largest lead of the game, 26-22. And now we're kind of seeing DePaul getting back into that groove, what's made them 5-0 so far.
Yeah, with Freeman Liberty, a leading scorer, not just for DePaul, but for the whole entire game with 9. Added a 3 in there, got some rebounds. Kind of as your, I won't say best player, but, you're one of your most important players. As they go, the rest of the team kind of goes. And they're following his lead. Some good minutes from Jalen Terry there, And then big men still playing pretty strong. Anai, Geberwitt, everybody,
Yeah, for other DePaul basketball news, the women's team defeated Vanderbilt last night. Sonia Morris had 36 points. A nice job by the all Big East team guard right there alongside Lexi Held. So the Blue Demons for women's, their next game will be Friday here at the Winchester Arena against Butler. So
yeah, the DePaul basketball stars for both men's and women's showing pretty good games here.
As there's a turnover right there, a pass that got through the hands of Golson. This is the DePaul Blue Demons women's team that's definitely, I think, can give UConn a run for their money for that Big East championship. Obviously, UConn is the bread and butter of the Big East with Paige Buchers and the best women's player in the country. And, I mean, we all know the types of recruitments UConn brings in year out as well. So, facing them twice, it's going to be a great matchup as Ogendo with the alley-oop slam. And the Blue Demons are clicking on all cylinders right now.
Big buckets there, big buckets.
We have seen some powerful dunks really by the Blue Demons today. They are really showing it.
That was right in front of us here on the baseline here, on the Eagle sideline.
So as Golson goes in for the tip, he misses it. Freeman Liberty with the rebound. Liberty pushes the ball up. Liberty's 3. Nothing but nylon once again. And Javon Freeman Liberty, he feels it. He knows it.
He's
and
clapping
DePaul
on defense.
Is up by 9.
He's definitely feeling it. That was a huge 3. He's loving the elbows right now. I think that's his second 3 from the elbow, on both elbows, and then he drove for one of his layups from the elbow, too.
Golson loses it. David Jones with the steal. Freeman Liberty wide open. Jones with the layup. No good right there. Liberty gets the rebound. Mid-range game off the back rim, but David Jones, the 6'6" guard, flexes and tips that one in, and now the lead goes to double digits. And there's a quick 3 right there for Eastern Michigan. And Monty Scott responds right there with a
Big
swish.
response. Yeah, that was a huge response. We have a fan here on the on court side here that just flexed after that that big tip in by Jones. I just like to see that. That was great.
And now the Eastern Michigan bench getting a little chirpy right now, getting defense. And there's a foul right there by Scott. Gieberwitt will be going to the line for 2 free throws, but I mean, Freeman Liberty on the day so far, 5 of 8 from the field, 2 of 3 from three-point line, 4 rebounds already. He's been all around right there. And for the Blue Demons, both teams, I should say, both shooting very well from the three-point line. Both teams shooting 50%, 4 of 8 from as well. So it's just been, I think, for DePaul, really taking advantage of those turnovers. They have 14 points off turnovers.
Yeah, I think David Jones has been I wouldn't call it a surprise, but having a great quiet here for the free throw.
As Gieberwitt hits the first one.
Be like dead silence here at Wintrust for the free throws. But David Jones, only 2 points, but he's got 5 assists, so he's definitely involved in the offense. Getting Freeman Liberty involved here on both ends. So all the great starting minutes here.
And Gieberwitt knocks down the second one, and he will come out as Corisier and McCauley will be coming in for him.
I just love when they make the free throws, like they're literally free points. So many games in college I think are lost on
I've
free
heard so
throws
many
and
coaches tell me growing up playing basketball that just get fouled. It's just no one's guarding you at the free throw line, as DePaul now putting a press on the Eagles.
Strong press on the ball on the baseline.
So McBride comes back in for Eastern Michigan as well. Scott, who hit their last 3 with the ball, goes inside. That's going to be tipped, and it's going to be stolen by Javon Freeman Liberty. Liberty bringing the ball up, kicks it out to David Jones. David Jones holds it, goes inside, goes back to Ogenda, and that's a block. That's off the knee of Ogenda, and it's going to be Eastern Michigan ball. A good job right there by the 6'2" Bryce McBride blocking the 6'11" Nick Ogenda.
Yeah, that was a great little jab there he did, kind of giving DePaul a little taste of their own medicine there.
So Yori Ane will now come in for Ogenda. Well, I wonder what a lineup would look like with Ogenda and Ane.
Yeah.
Imagine playing a 2-3 zone with that one, or even a 3-2.
Yeah, I think Jim Boeheim would have a field day with those guys.
Oh, gosh. Threes galore. McBride with the ball in the corner. He's going to take a 3, and now it's going to be in and out. Johnson with the rebound. Kicks it to Liberty.
Anai got good reach on that 3, so I think he had a
Liberty up top for 3. Oh, he's on fire. Give him the hot sauce. Sriracha. Javon Freeman. Liberty clicking on all cylinders right now. 15 points, 3 of 4 from the three-point line today. And there's a big slam right there by Najee.
Yep, just once again, I think that's probably 6 times that the Eagles have, DePaul had a great, offensive possession, got a 3 or a big dunk, and the Eagles come back and respond right away. That's how they, we're keeping in this game here.
You think Liberty takes a 3 on this possession? He's hot right now.
Yeah, I think you try to maybe set a screen for him, find him if he gets open.
Well, David Jones with the nice crossover. That one rolls in for the guard.
Good English there.
Little English on that one, like you said. Spotsville now with the ball for the Eagles. Scott with it up top, uses the screen. He's going to shoot the 3 up top, and that one's off the back rim, and Ney jumps and grabs it. Liberty brings the ball up. McCauley in the corner, a hard screen right there. Liberty to the baseline, and he is fouled hard as well. Liberty fouled hard by the basket, and they're going to take a look at this one for a flagrant.
Well, I think media timeout. Are they?
Yeah, they're going to review this one, so they're going to. It's a foul no matter what. But I think they're going to maybe review this, I believe.
Yeah, Brandon Johnson right at the free throw line. I caught the tail end of it, but might have got their ankles twisted with another Eagles player, and he went down hard, and the Eagles player reached out to pick him up, and Brandon Johnson did not want any part of that outstretched hand.
So we're going to stay here just in case we find out anything, but I think, Jack, 40-27 DePaul, and I'm not familiar with all the other Big East players, but I think Javon Freeman Liberty is making a case for a 3rd straight Big East Player of the Week. 15 in the first half alongside 4 rebounds.
Yeah, DePaul putting their name on the map right now. They have, the big guys. They have, bench guys to come in, starting to get healthier, as we talked about. And then they have the star, Javon Freeman Liberty. Kind of all things you need in the Big East play. The Big East is always just such a tough conference. At any given year, it seems like any team can kind of, take control and be in the end there for the for the Big East tournament. But DePaul looking really strong right now, and like you said, Freeman Liberty trying to become for that third week in a row Conference Player of the Week.
Yeah.
And also, as I said, get their name in the top 25, which I think would be well deserved, especially if they get this win here.
Yeah, so some other Big East news. Seton Hall defeated Bethune-Cookman 84-70, and Villanova will face off against LaSalle tonight on ESPN2. DePaul's next game will be against the Loyola Chicago Ramblers. That will be here at the Winchester Arena, where, of course, we're going to cover that game. That'll be next Saturday at 3 p.m. on FS1. But, of course, catch the action here on Radio DePaul Sports.
Definitely. Back to what you said earlier with women's. I think we have UConn coming here soon, right?
I believe
not
it's the 31st. And then before that, Notre Dame comes here. Unfortunately, myself being a Notre Dame homer, Muffin McGraw not with the team anymore, but Notre Dame did make history on the women's side. Their first African-American coach for women's basketball. So Notre Dame undefeated on the year so far, always a threat in women's college basketball, I should say. I mean, you can go back to the names of Skylar Diggins. I mean, the way how she was on that team. I can't say the name properly, but the one who hit the buzzer beater against UConn in the Final Four. I can't say her name right.
Yeah,
I don't want to mispronounce it. It starts with an O, but I can't pronounce it right. But I mean, Notre Dame has just been a powerhouse in terms of women's basketball, and they actually got a ranked win yesterday against Oregon State. So Notre Dame will be coming here the 22nd of December. So a good game right there. But, yeah, like you said, UConn will be coming here for women's. But, hey, for men's, you got Villanova coming here, one of the best teams in the country with an All-American at Connor Gillespie and one of the best coaches in Jay Wright as well.
Yeah, Jay Wright really showing, his value as a coach, missing Gillespie last year, and they still, ended up having a great season. So, yeah, there's some great teams coming into play here at the Wintrust, both for men's and women's. Looking forward to it as we wrap up Big East play for the men's, or as we wrap up non-conference play, I should say, for the men's.
Yep.
And get into the conference play, which is always exciting. I don't know what. I'm not sure if we got a call here on that review.
I think, it looks like common.
Yeah,
common foul. It's going to be on the ground. So that one will be on the ground. And Big East play for DePaul men starts December 20th against Creighton. So about 3/4 left, or half a month left, I guess I should say. And then I love Big East basketball. Very physical, fun, and you never know what can happen as Gieberwitt drives in, touches the glass, and two.
That was a great inbound play off the timeout, too. I don't think the Eagles saw that coming there. So that was a great
that's the right way to
call
use
there.
a timeout right there.
Yes, exactly. And then you get the turnover on the backside as an errant pass goes out at the baseline. The errant pass by Benelli there, who actually has had some pretty good minutes today for the Eagles. Benelli.
Yeah, Benelli has won 3 on the day so far, 2 rebounds.
He seems to be a little more active than maybe his stat sheet is going to show right now.
So DePaul on the 20-5 run over to 430, and McCauley gets fouled on the shot, but 20-5 run over 430, and DePaul has made their last 4 shots, but McCauley got fouled on the lay-in, so they will be shooting 2 right here as it's 42-27 with 2:31 left. Both teams in the bonus. The first one's up, and it's good. I think it's respect from the fans, though. Hey, you want to be quiet for your guy to focus and shoot. So, I mean, for this crowd, that's actually a good crowd today.
Yeah, decent crowd
to be actually that quiet for him to focus on his free throws. Job well done.
We do have a job to do and announce what happens here.
And that one's in and out. And that's going to be a foul by Ane. Got him from the backside, and Spotsville. It was off Spotsville, but the only reason why I think he wasn't able to control it was because Ane pushed him from behind. And that's going to be a 1-and-1 now as both teams are in the bonus. And those are kind of one of those fouls. You're just like, on the ticky-tacky fouls, you just like, just get back.
Yeah, you could do without that one there. As DePaul, up 16 here. Trying to pull away here and, cap off a good first half. We have a little substitution issue here, getting it figured out for the Eagles.
So Monty Scott will come out, and I believe that was Kevin David Rice that came in.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yep, that was Rice as Spotsville hits the first one. Not quite one. Eastern Michigan shooting free throws.
Now we can get loud.
And a good showing by both. I mean, Eastern Michigan about 250 miles, I believe the media note said. So,
What's that town again?
I don't know, Jack. You tell me.
Ypsilanti.
Ypsilanti. Never been there.
Never heard of that player.
Never. Yeah. It was on the pronunciation guide, and I kind of thought that was a player. As Johnson with the nice lay-in.
Strong.
That's a fundamental post move right there.
Another flex moment for Johnson. He's been getting bodied today.
Yeah,
Great
I'm about to
see
say
him back
he's going to be getting a little more excited for each basket. He's been getting some hard contact. So McBride up top, he goes, kicks it out, and that's going to be out of bounds. Got to watch your feet right there, as Darian Spotsville.
Kind of like a fault.
His feet are a little too big.
Yeah, a little faulty track start there. You know, the step back instead of stepping forward first step. So
Freeman Liberty brings the ball up. Johnson on the baseline again.
Ooh.
Post move. Right hand floater does not go. Nate fighting for that one, but it's going to be Nate Scott who brings that ball down. McBride bringing the ball up. McBride trying to find somewhere to go. Gives it to Scott. Scott and falls. Johnson with the steal. Johnson pushing it up the court. Goes to the corner of McCauley. Saves at corner three. That one's good. Coricier McCauley with a three.
He kind of has McCauley kind of has a little hitch in his shot. That looked a little off, but if it works for him, keep it up.
6 of 10 from the three-point line for the Blue Demons, and they are just firing.
Crowd getting into it here too. A couple defense chants here.
It's cold outside, but it's hot.
Gotta watch
in
this.
here.
Gotta watch Benelli. Oh, dishes it out.
A nice play right there. Ane with the tip, and there's that athleticism from the center. Liberty brings the ball up. Takes the three, and he hits it. He is on fire right now. Javon Freeman Liberty, JFL, remember the name. 51 points here in the first half for the Blue Demons, 18 from the senior guard. 4 threes in the first half, and the crowd getting loud as Benelli misses a three. Johnson with the rebound, and the Blue Demons could hold for a last shot. And I don't know if anyone other than Javon Freeman Liberty is going to take this shot here.
I think Stubblefiddle's the only one that was going to slow down Javon Freeman Liberty there, as he almost
you
touched
gotta
him,
let
telling
him
him
shoot
to slow
here.
down.
4 of 5 from the three-point line, 7 of 10 from the field, 18 points for Liberty. Sizing up his opponent. Oh, he tells McCauley to get back.
McCauley to
Some
get away.
ISO. Goes inside Liberty, the left hand, and he lays that in. It's too easy for him.
Nothing you can do.
It is too easy, and that's the end of the first half. The Blue Demons lead 53-29. Liberty 20 points in the first half. McCauley with 9. We'll be right back as we head into halftime.
So I'm a cat, and I just moved in with this new human, and she's got this little toy she's always playing with, all day long. Tap, 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 bloop, bloop. She can't put it down. There it is. Oh, and get this. She even talks to it. Last week she asked it for Chinese, and guess what? Egg rolls showed up. Like magic. Humans have cool toys.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
Biking in Chicago is more than just a mode of transportation. It's a lifestyle. It's convenient, affordable, and with 13,000 bike racks, parking is never a problem. But with every reward comes a sidecar of risk. In Chicago, over 1,700 cyclists a year are killed or injured in bike accidents involving motor vehicles. Bike safety is simple. First, become familiar with Chicago bike laws. Know your hand signals and when to use them. Love your brain. Get a bike helmet that fits your noggin and deck it out with a headlamp and some reflective gear for riding at night. Bike at least 3 to 4 feet away from parked cars to avoid being struck by a car door being open. Motorists can do their part too by checking their side view mirrors for bike traffic before exiting their vehicle. Most importantly, remember that we're sharing the road. Looking out for both ourselves and each other is the only way to keep Chicago's roads safe, no matter what your wheels look like. For more information on bike safety in Chicago, visit www.chicagobikes.org. This public service announcement was brought to you by Radio DePaul, Chicago's College Connection.
sun goes down.
Biking in Chicago is more than just a mode of transportation. It's a lifestyle. It's convenient, affordable, and with 13,000 bike racks, parking is never a problem. But with every reward comes a sidecar of risk. In Chicago, over 1,700 cyclists a year are killed or injured in bike accidents involving motor vehicles. Bike safety is simple. First, become familiar with Chicago bike laws. Know your hand signals and when to use them. Love your brain. Get a bike helmet that fits your noggin and deck it out with a headlamp and some reflective gear for riding at night. Bike at least 3 to 4 feet away from parked cars to avoid being struck by a car door being open. Motorists can do their part too by checking their side view mirrors for bike traffic before exiting their vehicle. Most importantly, remember that we're sharing the road. Looking out for both ourselves and each other is the only way to keep Chicago's roads safe, no matter what your wheels look like. For more information on bike safety in Chicago, visit www.chicagobikes.org. This public service announcement was brought to you by Radio DePaul, Chicago's College Connection.
You're listening to Division I Big East coverage, live on Radio DePaul Sports, the student voice of your DePaul Blue Demons.
.29 here at the Wintrust Arena. Jack Theil alongside Jack Sullivan, Jack Square, covering today's DePaul games. Jack, I think if you shoot a 7-11 from the three-point line and your best player is shooting 4 or 5 with 20 points in the first half, you're going to see yourself with a pretty nice lead, and that's what DePaul has right now.
Yeah, strong game by DePaul. I think the Eagles are playing kind of what their game is, except the one thing that they're lacking, which is evident of the score, is the three-point shooting. They usually shoot at a pretty high clip three-point wise, and they're not doing that right now. DePaul with 18 points off the turnovers. We knew the Eagles going into this game. The Eagles turn over the ball a lot, and they've shown that's kind of their identity right now. That it's something that I guarantee that they're trying to work on. 11 turnovers to DePaul's 6 turnovers, and then DePaul points in the paint, 28 points in the paint to the Eagles 4. I think those turnovers, and then the lack of three-point shooting by the Eagles kind of gets us to this 53-29 score as we start the second half here in a couple minutes.
Yeah, we mentioned, during halftime for Eastern Michigan, if you want to turn things around, you can't have 2 starters with 0 points. In terms of,
good point.
I should say Rice and McBride, McBride, I should say, a starter who has 0 points, making his first start of the year with Farrakhan out today. We don't know if he'll be appearing in the second half, but he's been out so far for the whole game. But I think for McBride, you get your first start. This is where you really want to show your coach, hey, I might average 28 points off the bench, but I can be a key starter for this team, especially in the MAC conference.
Yeah, MAC conference, high scoring, and I think football, and I'd probably say they're high scoring. The MACtion. It's always a wild ride with the MACtion, but looks like we're gonna get started here. Yeah, I kind of want to see how this game would look with Farrakhan in, but we didn't get him today, and as you said, McBride forced into action. Maybe he's best suited for his bench role, which he seems to be pretty comfortable with. But
if Eastern Michigan wants any chance of coming back, you have to stop JFL. He's got 3 letters right there, and he's got 4 threes on the game so far. He has just been all.
And I say good luck.
So Agenda drives in, and he'll get fouled. That's going to be an early foul on number 13, Mo Najai. So,
starting off the second half just as they started the first half, getting the ball right to Ongunda, and he made the basket in the first half, and he got the foul here.
Well, I think for Tony Stubblefield, you have a large break as Ongunda hits that free throw. Your next game's not for, I believe, 6 days. It's against Loyola, so you're gonna
Saturday, right?
Yep, next Saturday here at the Wintrust Arena. You can listen to here on Radio DePaul Sports, but I think if you're Coach Stubblefield, just have your guys play a physical game today. Maybe give them a day off tomorrow, and then you got a whole week of preparation for one game. So.
Oh yeah, definitely. They can afford this kind of aggressive ice water post-game bath game right here.
Yeah. So Agenda hits both free throws as it's 55-29 Blue Demons. McBride with the ball up top. Hands it off to Spotsville, and that's going to be a legal screen. Looks like Liberty got hit a little bit. He's just going to run that one off. He seems to be all right, but. Nevertheless, a legal screen.
Yep, and the Eagles starting off the first half with a turnover.
A foul and a turnover.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Probably the two worst things you could ask for as we have an early substitution. It's going to be Benelli coming back in. Benelli's really
just mooned the crowd, actually. That was interesting.
Didn't purposely moon them. He's tucking in his jersey, so got to tuck that jersey in. Sometimes you just
pants went very low. That was a little aggressive.
You just I don't know. I don't understand why sometimes you just untuck the jersey when you come out. You know, you're gonna tuck it back in 5-6 minutes.
Yeah, I think they maybe a couple years ago the refs have the NCAA has kind of enforced that your jersey does need to be tucked in, because when it's not tucked in, sometimes players feel a little more loose. I
could see that.
As Geberwitt actually has an untucked jersey right now.
As Johnson shoots a three, and that one's off, and Ogenda puts it back.
Big man strength there.
Not necessarily a put back dunk, but able to tip that one back in, as there's a three right there by Scott. That one bounces off. Liberty with the rebound, his 5th of the game so far. He had a double-double on Friday's win against the Norse, and Liberty, the floater game off the glass. That's off. Gets his own rebound, puts it back, and good. Mr. Do-it-yourself, Javon Freeman Liberty, and we have an early timeout from the Eastern Michigan Eagles. So we're going to go to a quick break and be right back.
I'm a champion, real life Shaq's mechanism. Yeah, 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 yeah.
All right, Shaquille O'Neal for Rad. This is not your normal PSA. Don't be stupid. Don't drink and drive. If you're gonna go out and have a good time, it's fine. But designate a driver to drive home. Let's stop the madness. Don't drink and drive.
A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
When I was little, I didn't talk for a long time. I was sensitive to lights and sounds, so I built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. Sometimes I do the same things over and over, until one day I found out I had autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
So I'm a cat, and I just moved in with this new human, and she's got this little toy she's always playing with, all day long. Tap, 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 bloop, bloop. She can't put it down. There it is. Oh, and get this. She even talks to it. Last week, she asked it for Chinese, and guess what? Egg rolls showed up. Like magic. Humans have cool toys.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
You're listening to Division I Big East coverage, live on Radio DePaul Sports, the student voice of your DePaul Blue Demons.
Blue Demons lead by 30 here at the Winchester Arena, 59-29. Jack Theil alongside Jack Sullivan here. Javon Freeman Liberty, 22 points. Nick Agenda with a double-digit score as well. 12 points on the day, but we came back. We talked about what both teams probably need to do for DePaul to win, for Eastern Michigan to win. But for DePaul, they've picked up where they left off in that first half. They are causing turnovers, having Eastern Michigan foul, and executing on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, Freeman Liberty picking up right where he left off, kind of running circles around the Eagles' defense on that last play under the basket. Missed a shot, got the foul. Follow up, offensive rebound, and put it back in for the 2. Coach Heath for the Eagles did not like any of that. Jumped onto the court, called a quick timeout. Looks like DePaul, kind of sticking to their guns, playing physical, good defense, getting transition, and getting Freeman Liberty involved quickly.
So it's going to be Eastern Michigan ball right now. Substitution is Savisic coming in for the Eagles. And a steal right there by David Jones. He is a clear runaway, and the left-handed slam by number 32.
Gorgeous.
Cleared for takeoff, he is. So Scott now with it up top. Can't find anywhere to go. Jones on top of him. There's another steal by Geberwitt, and he's going to be able to save that one. And another putback, too, for David Jones. So 4 quick points for the senior guard, and 2 quick turnovers after that timeout by the Eagles.
Yeah, I don't know what happened in that timeout, but I'm sure that's not what the plays they were called in that timeout.
So Scott using off the screen. He had, I should say, had him for the screen, and Liberty just takes it right out of his hands, says it's his ball. Liberty kicks it out to Jones up top. Jones drives in, goes inside to Agenda, gets it back. He's going to go back up top to Liberty as they're going to set this play. And Alex Okongo will be in for Michigan, Eastern Michigan, his first appearance in the game. All the way across to Gieberwitt in the corner, drives inside to Johnson. Johnson can't put it up, and that's going to be DePaul basketball. So the 7-foot Alex Okongo from France making his first appearance. Liberty will come out. Jalen Terry comes in for him. So a guard for guard switch right there as the Blue Demons lead 63-29.
Eastern Michigan recruiting from all over the world. They got guys from a whole bunch of different countries on their team.
Yeah. So Jones block Ogendo, puts into two right there. Probably one of the easiest baskets you're ever going to get in a college game right there.
Kind of the ball just slipped into his hands after a kind of a tie-up that could have probably been a jump ball, but the refs let it play out there. Thankful for Ogenda. Got a little mismatch under the basket here.
Scott goes baseline. Can't find anywhere to go. Jones on him. Finds a hole and lays it in for two off the glass. Nice footwork right there by the senior guard out of Union, New Jersey. Gieber with the ball, goes to Johnson up top. You have Jones in the wing, back to Terry on the wing. Inside to Gieber with step back shot. Oh, that's beautiful right there. Step back and kiss that one right there.
That was pretty stuff there.
And DePaul, they can't miss. I don't think they can miss if they even wanted to, shooting 5 of 7. And there's a three off key right there by Eastern Michigan. Ogenda rebounds it, gives it to Jones. Jones on the wing, goes to his left. Goes inside, and that one's off the glass and in. David Jones with his 6th point of the first half, and the Blue Demons lead by 38.
Extremely strong both on the offense and defensive side for the Blue Demons right now. Really everything just kind of clicking, and Eastern Michigan just trying to hang in here a little bit. Hopefully
that three's off by the Eagles. Jones bringing the ball up. Gieberwitt in the corner. Gieberwitt for three. That one's off.
A little long on that one from the baseline.
Scott brings the ball up, drives inside, goes with his right hand short. That's going to be a foul on DePaul. I believe that's going to be on David Jones. Yep, that's going to be David Jones. And with that being said,
a little late call there by the ref.
Yeah, we're going to go to a media timeout.
Biking in Chicago is more than just a mode of transportation. It's a lifestyle. It's convenient, affordable, and with 13,000 bike racks, parking is never a problem. But with every reward comes a sidecar of risk. In Chicago, over 1,700 cyclists a year are killed or injured in bike accidents involving motor vehicles. Bike safety is simple. First, become familiar with Chicago bike laws. Know your hand signals and when to use them. Love your brain. Get a bike helmet that fits your noggin and deck it out with a headlamp and some reflective gear for riding at night. Bike at least 3 to 4 feet away from parked cars to avoid being struck by a car door being open. Motorists can do their part too by checking their side view mirrors for bike traffic before exiting their vehicle. Most importantly, remember that we're sharing the road. Looking out for both ourselves and each other is the only way to keep Chicago's roads safe, no matter what your wheels look like. For more information on bike safety in Chicago, visit www.chicagobikes.org. This public service announcement was brought to you by Radio DePaul, Chicago's College Connection.
You're not wired to have a response to this sound. You're neutral to it. You hear it every time you finish a meal and never feel anything. But if we were able to associate this sound with a new stimulus, save the food, we've achieved pulling a natural response from you. Save the food. Why are we doing this, you may ask? Save the food. Because this ad is trying to change your after-meal behavior through brainwashing. Because food waste costs the average family $1,500 a year. Save the food, cha-ching, and $1,500 extra bucks is like getting a pay raise. Save the food, cha-ching, you're promoted, which could pay for your child's braces. Save the food, cha-ching, you're promoted.
Check out my braces.
So when you hear this sound, rethink your behavior. Cook it, store it, share it. Just don't waste it. For tips and recipes, visit SaveTheFood.com. Brought to you by NRDC and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Division I Big East coverage, live on Radio DePaul Sports, the student voice of your DePaul Blue Demons.
here at the Wintrust Arena as they lead 69-31. Jack Theil here alongside Jack Sullivan. It's been a total team effort from DePaul. Everyone really getting their hands on the ball and contributing on the offense or defensive side some way possible. So far, only two scores for two players of DePaul have not scored, and that's because they haven't taken a shot. Everyone that's taken a shot for DePaul has made it. So DePaul has just been clicking on all cylinders. As here's the first free throw by Scott, and it's good.
Yeah, I think the key now for DePaul is to, there's a big lead here, so you don't want to, get too complacent. Still play hard. Maybe get some other guys some key minutes. Missed free throw there.
Yeah, and another offensive rebound, but McCauley gets the board, and we do have a couple substitutions. So McCauley will come in. For the first time, we're going to see Favre.
Favre? It's the same spelling as Brett Favre. I'm not sure how he pronounces it.
He is from Switzerland, so it might be a special pronunciation on that one.
Could be.
But he's coming in for his first action today, as well as McCauley, Ane in as well.
And we have a technical here.
Oh, man.
On an eye, maybe?
Maybe things, when you're up by 30 and things maybe get a little physical for your liking.
Well, they're definitely not getting complacent. They're
and
effort is not an issue right now.
And Ane is going to be taken out.
Yeah, he's very frustrated. I wonder what I did not catch what happened. I think it was behind the ball, maybe a little tie up behind the ball.
So Savic will shoot, and he hits it. So it's been about the minute mark since the last field goal by the Eagles, and he hits both free throws. So Nick Ongenda will come in for Ane, and you can see Stubblefield right now. He's talking to Ane. I think just saying, relax. It's
a little coaching up there.
Just Ane, he's a senior from Overland Park, Kansas. Just telling him, hey, just relax. It's all good. We're up by 30 something.
Yeah, as I said, definitely efforts there, so that's good. Maybe just.
Oh yeah, of course. And he's been all over the place on both sides of the ball in today's game.
Yes, he has the whole entire game from tip to where we are right now.
So Rice up top goes to Savic. Gives it to Golson on the wing. Golson hands it off to Rice. Rice drives inside. Floater off. With the rebound is, we'll call Favre, I guess. We'll go Favre. Terry with the screen goes to his left. Kicks out to Ongenda. Ongenda for the mid-range game, and that's off. And he got fouled.
Got nicked on the elbow there.
By the 7-footer, Alex Okongo, out of Sacy-sur-Marne, France. You ever been there?
Haven't been to France, so I definitely have not been to Ekis and I already lost the city.
And that one's good by Ongenda. Well, if you were Eastern Michigan and you had a lineup of Benelli, Okongo, and Savic, you have three guys from different countries.
Yeah, as I said, they
good recruiting.
They
really go out for the recruits.
Well, I mean, they're not going to be the most sought after school in the Midwest, so they're going to have to do some things to find some players in different areas, and so they've definitely done that.
So Okongo on Ongenda. Okongo's floater, no good. Johnson with the rebound. Looked like he got hit in the head a little bit. Play is still going on, though. McCauley with the ball up top. Okongo and Johnson are behind as Ongenda was helping Johnson up. Maybe got nicked in the head a little bit.
Yeah,
but it seems he's okay now.
There was like 3 different piles of bodies there on that floor right in front of us here.
Ongenda goes in for the 2, and he is fouled by Okongo. Or Congo. It's getting a little tongue twisters with both of those guys guarding each other. Ongenda, though, 16 points on the day so far.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously you talk about Javon Freeman Liberty, but the last 2 games, including today, it's really Nick Ongenda has really stepped up and been that big man you need to win basketball games.
Yeah, exactly. First free throw here,
and that one's good.
Yeah, you need I wouldn't call it role players, but you need guys. Freeman Liberty is trying to do it all, but he can't. Obviously can't do 100% of it. So some guys need to step up at times, even when he's on the court. We get the second free throw here in silence.
And Ane looks to be coming back in. Next turnover or whistle. So
missed free throw there, 1 of 2 for Ogunda.
So Savikic with the ball, he's going to go up top and there's a foul right there by Johnson. So now Ane will come in.
Seems like Johnson's been in every physical battle, and he hasn't gotten a call. And the one time he's kind of the aggressor on the physicalness, he gets called for the foul there. So he's visibly upset as he's kind of shaking his head, and Onai comes up to him and kind of greets him a little.
Jack, we asked what would a lineup look like with Ogunda and Ane, and now we have our answer.
Ask and ye shall receive.
2 6'11" guys in for DePaul, and Ogunda almost with the steal right there. I don't know how you're going to score down low with these two guys on you.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough.
Yep, definitely. Also a good ovation by the crowd as Brandon Johnson walked off at substitution.
Jai going inside, and a contested layup, and Ane. Did he get it off?
Yes, he did.
He did, and the foul.
Yep, and one. And one opportunity.
Ogunda and Ane, good job contesting that layup, but Golson came from behind, got the rebound, and hit his 2 while being fouled. So
that was kind of a one-handed rebound there by Golson. Kind of just put back right under the basket, right in front of it. Good play by Golson there.
Yeah, sometimes when you have 2 big men in at the same time, obviously their number one motive is to block the ball. And you saw both of them slapping the glass as hard as they could, trying to block it.
Somebody still got a box out.
Yeah, and they left room for Golson as Javon Freeman-Liberty comes back in the game. And that one's good. The 3-point play is completed by Golson, his 7th point of the game. And now Terry will bring the ball up. Seems like when Jalen Terry's been in the game, he's really been the primary ball carrier. And Freeman-Liberty has kind of been almost like a shooting guard.
Yeah, definitely. It seems Terry's been taking it up and letting Freeman-Liberty run around and find open spots, which is
Ogunda mid-range, that's off. Ane offensive rebound. He goes up and he is fouled.
Kind of got bailed out there for the Blue Demons. 2 air balls, but they ended up getting to the line there, so that works out.
Yeah, it just didn't seem like he was set on that one, but nevertheless, he's fouled and he's going to go to the line for 2 free throws. Ane averaging 3.3 points this year as he hits the first one and gets his first points of the game. And that's also
that's everybody, right?
What was that?
Every player scored now?
Terry's the only one, but he hasn't even shot the ball yet.
Yeah, true.
That was Najay's 4th foul actually as well. So 1 more and he is out.
Terry with just 1 assist, no shot attempts. It seems like he's been a little more involved in that.
Yeah, and he's only played 10 minutes as well. He's still trying to get his feet wet and trying to get back, and that live game role. As that's a step back 3, that's off the hands. McCauley brings the ball in, pushes it up the court.
No one's got Terry
Kicks
over
it
the
into
corner.
Ogunda. Ogunda with the ball near the baseline, gives it to Freeman-Liberty. Liberty uses the screen on his left, crosses over. Goes to his left and pickpocket, but gets the ball back in time with 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Good defense right here. Liberty step back 3. That's off, no rim, and Eastern Michigan gets the rebound.
Great defense there by the Eagles.
Spotsville with the ball, goes back out for 3. Savikic, he hits it, and a nice kick out 3.
Savikic with the man-to-man defense on Javon Freeman-Liberty, causing the step-back air ball, and then in transition gets that 3.
And
we have another
foul.
physical.
Golson looks like he fouled Ane. Off-ball foul it was. That's going to be Golson's 2nd foul, and looks like David Jones will be subbing back in. Question is, who for? And that answer will be Ogunda.
I think at this point for Stubblefield, we're looking to, keep playing competitive, be physical here, as we're down to 12 and a half minutes, a little under that. But most importantly, get out healthy, I think. Very physical game, so health is the utmost importance right now.
Ane with the mid-range, and it's good. Yori Ane showing off the shooting skills right there.
Big beauty. That was a great jump shot. Those are kind of the things that future teams are going to have to look at now.
Yeah.
He can step out and make a jump shot. You got to come up and guard him, and now that leaves the under the basket open.
And that's blocked from behind by David Jones, but there's a foul. He might have got some contact on the wrist while blocking that shot.
That seemed like a lot of ball there.
Yeah. tough call, but we're going to go to media timeout, and after that we have 2 free throws coming up. Stay tuned.
It's Thursday night, and you're grabbing drinks with some friends. Started off with a pitcher for the table, which quickly becomes 2. There's pool. And there's the photo booth.
All right, everybody squeeze in. Say cheese!
Followed naturally by an order of wings. And another.
Can we get some extra ranch sauce?
Then there's the ceremonial nightcap.
So what are we doing this weekend?
And lastly, it's back to the car, which, if you're buzzed, could be the most expensive night of your life. Getting pulled over for buzzed driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzzed driving, because buzzed driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Dad, this is fun. I didn't think I liked kayaking.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it, but I think it's time to head back in.
Okay. Can we come back?
Sure. Hey, be careful getting out of the boat.
It's a kayak, Dad.
I'm gonna return the kayak.
Can we walk home?
How about a taxi?
It's a short fare from your neighborhood to your naturehood. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a neighborhood park or green space near you. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the U.S. Forest Service.
You're listening to Division I Big East coverage, live on Radio DePaul Sports, the student voice of your DePaul Blue Demons.
Score into the basket. A couple guys being able to score behind the three-point line is very helpful, very good to see, and something to definitely look forward to as they head to a long week of practice and get ready for Loyola on Saturday.
So it's going to be 2 shots for the Eastern Michigan big man. And the first one is off. That's Mo Jai shooting that free throw.
Not as quiet for the Eagles here.
And he makes the second one go on 1 and 2, and Benelli will be coming in for him. Almost can call Benelli the Italian stallion.
Yes. Eerily close to Mr. Marco Bellinelli.
Yeah, there you go. As David Jones pump fakes it, almost left his feet.
His feet almost got off the ground.
The
there.
tippy toes are on there.
Kept it down.
And Ane is fouled by Benelli. And they're in the bonus. So both teams in the bonus with 11:43 left. So Ane will go to the line for a 1-1.
Yeah, I think for the Eagles, they had 3, coming in 3 guys that are double-digit scorers. Now with Farrakhan out, moved, McBride into the starting role, and kind of.
And the first one's good for Ane.
Kind of an uncomfortable situation for McBride, so kind of limits some of their scoring here, and I think that's kind of part of the story here, that's happened to the Eagles. But just trying to make 2-2 here for Ane.
And the second one is good as well. Yori Ane with some free throws.
I feel bad for these cheerleaders having to do backflips every single time they make a free throw.
Can you do a backflip?
Short answer, no.
Can you even do it on a trampoline?
Probably even worse there.
I can do it on trampoline, but not just from my feet. So it'll be tough. Nothing I want to try. So Benelli thought about a 3, Shoots the three, actually. That's going to be off. Looks like that might have been tipped by David Jones. Terry brings the ball up.
That was good defense by Jones.
Terry's
there.
three up top. That's going to be off. Rebound right there by Golson Jr. Golson Jr. kicks it out to Savicic. Kicks it to Golson. Golson inside on Ane, and that one's off. And looks like David Jones secures that rebound, and Terry's going to push it up. Freeman Liberty, actually Terry, my bad. Freeman Liberty in the corner, goes to his right, goes back outside. David Jones fakes it, mid-range shot, and that's good. The mid-range game working for David Jones.
Some beautiful jump shots here, and like as you said, in the mid-range for the Blue Demons.
The art of the mid-range. The art of the mid-range shot is what they say.
Learn it and you shall succeed.
Bryce McBride goes in. That one off the rim, and Ane jumps up and grabs the rebound, and Terry pushes the ball up.
Big man board.
Pushes it to Liberty. Liberty pushes it to the corner. McCauley, step back three. That one is good. Corvisier. McCauley hits a three, and DePaul extends their lead to 40.
Nice corner three there. That puts DePaul at 50% for the three-point game today.
Golson shoots a corner three. Golson misses the corner three. McCauley secures the rebound.
Seems a lot of one and outs for the Eagles right now.
David Jones for three. That one's off. Ane grabs the offensive rebound, puts it back for two. Yori Ane dominating under the glass. And the Blue Demons are just exploding on offense, and we have ourselves a timeout by Eastern Michigan. And we'll be right back after this short break.
When I was little, I didn't talk for a long time. I was sensitive to lights and sounds, so I built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. Sometimes I do the same things over and over, until one day I found out I had autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Division I Big East coverage, live on Radio DePaul Sports, the student voice of your DePaul Blue Demons.
Quick timeout right there by the Eastern Michigan Eagles as they are in a scoring drought of 2 minutes and 16 seconds before the DePaul Blue Demons an 11-1 run over the last 2:34, and it's going to be a pass out here for the Eagles. Spotsville going to Scott, back to Spotsville.
Another double team there almost, but Ane backed off on it.
Spotsville with the ball back up top. He's going to drive it inside. And Ane with the block. Oh, what a rejection by the center. Terry brings the ball up, pushes it, kicks it out to Gieberwitt, and Ane loses the handle of it.
Ane's hand's a little hot.
Maybe he thought about blocking that one again.
He's like, all I want to do is block, coach.
Hold up, block off the
Great
glass.
Play, he got up. Says, don't bring that up in here.
So a substitution, as it looks like Monty Scott will be coming in for Spotsville.
Ane with a little jersey untucked there. He's feeling it.
5 blocks in the day so far for DePaul. Out-rebounding the Eagles, 35-19. Inside, Ane, hands are up, but a nice drive right there by number 22, Yusuf Jihad. His first action of today.
Yeah, a couple guys coming in here for the Eagles.
Terry, step back. He's asking for a screen. Ane sets that screen, goes to his left. Terry, a deep three. Terry with the three, and he gets his first points of the game. And all DePaul players have scored now.
That was great use of the screen there by Terry. Kind of got defender going one way, track back for the double screen, and a big three there. Cha-ching.
Mid-range game, and that one's in and out. McCauley secures the rebound. Terry's going to push it.
Strong one-handed rebound by McCauley.
Terry back up to Johnson. Johnson for three. That one's off, and I think there was some wind coming from outside in the stadium here.
Yeah, turn that fan off.
Yeah,
over
a little
there.
wind in the Windy City today.
It was a little off. I think, again, I've said it multiple times, but physical game for Johnson, so I think it's an ice bath, and he'll be back ready to go Saturday.
So Favre now in for DePaul. Came in for 1 minute. And that one's off. Good defense right there. And Terry's going to push the ball up. Terry goes to his right, loses it, regains it behind the back pass, but that's going to be stolen by the guard inside. And an A with another block. But Scott comes right from behind and puts it back for 2. Is that a Nay or Mutombo out there? I can't really tell right now.
Well, he's doing pretty good impressions of anyone. So that was another great block by Nye, right under the basket.
Gieberwitt down in the post. Posts up his defender, and he's stripped right there. A nice job by Bryce McBride. McBride going inside, and no good right there, but a putback too by Yusuf Jihad.
Ongenda and Anai both with 3 blocks, so they have their own little competition going. The game inside the game there.
I think Anai might be winning that one. As Anai gets the ball down low, double team on him. Kicks it out to Favre. Favre, the floater, off. Oh, you can see the Paul bench and some crowd wanted that. They really wanted that.
They wanted that one. That
Scott
little
goes
floater
inside, and the
right
right hand is good for 2.
Kind of like a little track meet here. We're just running right back and forth. No stopping. Quick to bring the ball up for both teams.
Terry goes to Johnson. Favre in the corner. Favre for 3. Off the glass, and a putback slam by Johnson.
And Anai, I think.
I think you give that one to Johnson on that
probably.
one. Anai was right there, but Johnson came from behind and I guess dunked on his own teammate. Maybe a little poster there.
Yeah.
I don't know if we'll hear some chitter chatter about that one in practice saying I dunked on you in the game.
Yeah, they'll watch that in film review. Have a few
actually,
laughs on that.
the stats are going to give Anai that point.
Yeah, I think Anai got it first.
So Anai gets it.
I think Johnson got up higher, though.
Inside. And that one rolls in for Jihad. Jihad coming in so far with 6 points. So they give Anai that putback. He has 9 points on the day so far. Favre goes to Johnson up top. Anai in the post. Anai spin move. Left 3. That's off. Johnson offensive rebound. Favre inside the floater, and he gets it.
Crowd bench jumping, tiles waving. That was a big point for Favre. Everybody wanted that one, it looks like.
I believe that might be his first points of the season. I could be wrong, but still a nice floater right there. Scott drives in, reverse layup, and that's stuffed by Anai. Nay, no. Favre. Inside to Johnson. Johnson block, gets his own rebound, puts it back, and the and one for Brandon Johnson. You can sense a little bit of frustration, but happiness right there. He's been dealing a lot of contact, and today able to get that one and the foul. DePaul leads 92-53, and we're going to go to a quick break.
I'm a champion, real-life Shaq's mechanism.
Hi, Shaquille O'Neal for Rad. This is not your normal PSA. Don't be stupid. Don't drink and drive. If you're gonna go out and have a good time, it's fine. But designate a driver to drive home. Let's stop the madness. Don't drink and drive.
A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to The Dog Show. Up next, we have Satchmo. Satchmo is a member of the Shelter Pet Group.
That's right, a group known especially for their couch-snuggling, ball-chasing, face-licking, and, of course, companionship. Now, let's see him in action.
Look how he makes eye contact with his person.
That's actually known as the treat stare.
How intuitive, and now he appears to be excitedly turning in circles.
Ah, the happy dance so common with this group.
But really, the best way to know an amazing shelter pet like Satchmo is to meet one.
Visit theshelterpetproject.org today. Adopt.
Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
Dad, this is fun. I didn't think I liked kayaking.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it, but I think it's time to head back in.
Okay. Can we come back?
Sure. Hey, be careful getting out of the boat.
It's a kayak, Dad.
I'm gonna return the kayak.
Can we walk home?
How about a taxi?
It's a short fare from your neighborhood to your naturehood. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a neighborhood park or green space near you. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the U.S. Forest Service.
You're listening to Division I Big East coverage, live on Radio DePaul Sports, the student voice of your DePaul Blue Demons.
Blue Demons lead by 41 here at the Wintrust Arena. We're going to have some free throws coming up here next Saturday, 3 o'clock, I believe, for Loyola and DePaul. I just saw on the video board that for that game specifically, it's $2 beer night, and Red Panda is performing at halftime.
Nice.
If you're not familiar with Red Panda, one of the best halftime performances you can see. Really does an amazing job. She I can't really explain what she does really cool stuff. She flips bowls onto her head with her feet and everything. One of the best performances. I was able to see her for a Wizards and Bulls game a couple years ago. Really interesting. So
just kind of an
$2 beers, you get one of the best halftime performances in the world. I mean,
that sounds.
It's a game you got to come in. I mean, both teams obviously in the Chicago area definitely going to be well represented by both fans as Johnson completes the three-point play and makes the free throw.
Gonna have to make some room for that Saturday. We also have
we don't work it, but I might have to come in general.
Yeah, there's also some good conference championship football games on that day too.
Oh man, I don't know then.
It's a tough call.
Oh, there's a lot of college football a lot of chaos might be happening in college football.
Yes.
And that's a mid-range game, and that one's off. We actually have another substitution. Max Williams coming in for his first minutes today as well. A deep three right there by Scott, and that one's good. Monty Scott drills down the tray. So it's Terry, Gieberwitt, Favre, Williams, and Johnson in for the Blue Demons, and for Eastern Michigan, Scott, Savicic, Bride, Jihad, and Ballard, who's in for his first minutes as well.
Mm-hmm.
So Terry, step back mid-range. Oh, the beautiful jumper right there goes in.
Planted, went up, good shot. 2.
Paul looking to break the 100-point mark seal. 5 points away. This isn't the United Center where if you score 101 and win, you get free Big Macs. Scott with another 3. That one's off the front rim. Favre with the rebound. Gives it to Terry.
One of the best deals in sports.
That's amazing.
Big Mac deal.
It is. And then if the other team misses 2 free throws, like Portillo's, I believe. As Johnson goes in for the slam, and he misses it, looking for the foul.
Kind of overshot
but nothing was called there. Inside to Ballard. And Ballard puts it up and misses. Can't read, and he rebounds his own shot. Goes to the corner to Scott. Scott drives in, kicks it out to Jihad. Jihad, the big man, shoots. And that one's off, and that's off the hands of Scott. And it's going to be Blue Demons ball. And we're going to have another timeout. So we're going to keep it here, actually. We're going to keep it here as we just went to a timeout. Looks like Anae will check in, but as we go here to timeout, we're talking about a college football. Big week coming up. Who do you think the top 4 will be when we go to the final rankings? Who will
after the conference
This
games?
is including your predictions with the conference games. Who would you predict the top 4 would be?
I mean, I think Georgia's in no matter what.
No matter what. But you have Georgia beating Alabama, though, right?
Yeah, I probably do.
Okay.
Georgia, if you look at some of the teams that they've mutually played, big differences in final scores. But an Alabama loss in the SEC championship game, I would think probably knocks them out.
Oh, yeah.
I
think only winning 4 overtimes to a backup quarterback at Auburn really hurt them.
Yeah, and there's a few games, that Arkansas game at home, that was a little too close for comfort.
All right, so we got Georgia at 1. What's number 2?
I think Michigan can beat Iowa.
Okay.
Somebody from the Big 12 is going to sneak in.
Okay, so it would have to probably be Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
Baylor's 2 losses.
Yeah,
it's
Baylor
never
has
been a
2
2-loss
losses.
team.
So, I think Notre Dame.
Cincinnati beats Houston.
Yeah, that's a tough game. It's actually their conference game is played at Cincinnati, so it's a home game for Cincinnati. So Georgia, Michigan, and then I think the next 3 teams are Cincinnati, Oklahoma State, and Notre Dame.
Okay.
Cincinnati, with a win, Cincinnati's in.
Yeah.
And then there's 1 spot left. If it's whoever wins the game. My guess, is Notre Dame probably gets in. I don't trust Oklahoma State beating Baylor.
I was going to say, mine is, I honestly, I do think Iowa could beat Michigan. I think people forget Iowa was the #2 team at once.
Yeah.
And yeah, they lost to Purdue, and Purdue has beaten good teams as well. So I don't close the book on Iowa beating Michigan. I think that can be flip-flop. I think Cincinnati wins by 20. I think Georgia wins by 20. And I think if Oklahoma State, or I should say Michigan loses, if Cincinnati, Oklahoma State, or Michigan loses, Notre Dame jumps in that spot.
Yeah.
Unless Alabama wins. But
and it's pretty likely that one of those teams is going to lose, which
so,
would bring Notre
and for
Dame
Notre
in.
Dame, I believe.
I'm kind of a little tired of seeing Notre Dame in. No, I'm kidding.
Hey. I
just wanted to get a last 2-minute jab in there.
I believe in the last 5 or 4 games, Notre Dame is outscoring their opponents 165 to 23. They're on a 7-game win streak. And the question is, if Cincinnati were to lose, would you put Notre Dame over them? Because they look the way better team right now.
We will find out very soon here.
So Jalen Terry will bring the ball up. Exciting action as college hoops is getting underway, obviously. Conference basketball starting soon, and obviously college basketball conference playing. Ane with a little euro in that shot and hits the floater.
Little left-handed jumper action there. That was great. Ane with a strong game today.
Yeah, 11
Offense
points.
and defense. A lot of blocks, added in here.
So actually the stat sheet just changed. They gave Johnson that putback dunk.
That double dunk?
Yeah, and because they had 9 points before that shot, and I just looked at our screen that Ane now has 9. So they gave Johnson that too, and Ane now has
I wonder
9.
if Ane is going to put in a petition to the conference to have a relook at that. Although it looks like they already did.
So Shaheed Medlock now in for his first minutes for DePaul. I think now we're kind of getting the reserves in as McCauley has the ball. Goes to Ane in the post. Ane dribbles, goes spin move. Inside the floater, that's going to be off, and that's going to be rebounded.
Ane one of those 2 points back real bad.
He is a point away from double digits. Rice driving inside. That one off the back iron, but bounces in. Ane almost got that one as Max Williams brings the ball up.
The problem is with more guys that you bring into play, now everyone, now you have more guys that need to score to have the whole team score.
No, yeah. And that's off by McCauley. A rebound right there by the Eagles. Savikic brings the ball up. Scott goes back to Savikic. Savikic goes off the screen. Drives inside and over the leaping hand of Ane. Wow.
Savikic, strong game a couple times going against Ane. Finally wins that one after Ane got him a couple blocks, I believe, earlier.
Williams goes to Ane, back to Favre, and a steal right there by Kevin David Rice. And he throws that one down. 2 hands for safety.
I like that. Safety dunk. That's a good way to look at it.
Hey, man,
no need to be super flashy down.
When I lowered the hoop when I was a little kid, I did those one-handed dunks.
My
hands were hurting, man.
Tomahawks.
Those were hurting really bad. So McCauley with the ball, drives inside with his right hand off the glass, and good. So 1 point away, and DePaul has 100 points.
Beat Nate Scott there off the dribble at the 3-point line to the hoop.
All the way across to Scott. Scott's going to drive inside. He's going to go for 2. Ane with another swat.
There it is. There's 4. They just keep wanting to test Ane under the basket.
And a charge right there. Max Williams takes the charge. And Jihad is charged with the foul.
Max Williams took on a big body there. He's probably going to feel that one.
Seems like DePaul might have one last shot left. 100 points can come right here. What a showing for DePaul. I mean, and they got some high school recruits in. I believe some from Whitney Young,
did see those.
Some of the top high school basketball players in Chicago area.
A couple young gentlemen here to attend the game.
Outside the far, McCauley with it up top. McCauley with 14 points off the bench. Max Williams goes to his left, goes inside, off the glass, no good. And Ane drops in, and he has double digits.
Where's my Big Mac?
And DePaul has 101 points. He wanted to save those 2 points for that moment.
Yep.
That's blocked. Jihad goes inside. And Ballard just takes that off, takes the three instead, and hits it. Ballard Jr. with his first three of the game with 12 seconds left, and Max Williams might just have to dribble this one out as the DePaul Blue Demons, all them. And what a win. What
Thank you for playing the Eagles.
I guess you could say drive home safely. Stacey King,
little
beep,
beep,
beep. As the DePaul Blue Demons win 101-63. They'll be back in action next Saturday here at the Wintrust Arena, 3 p.m. against the Loyola Ramblers. You can catch that game here at Radio DePaul Sports. For Jack Theil, alongside Jack Sullivan, we hope you have a great day and a safe Sunday. Stay warm out there, everybody.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good day.
You're not wired to have a response to this sound. You're neutral to it. You hear it every time you finish a meal and never feel anything. But if we were able to associate this sound with a new stimulus, save the food, we've achieved pulling a natural response from you. Save the food. Why are we doing this, you may ask? Save the food. Because this ad is trying to change your after-meal behavior through brainwashing. Because food waste costs the average family $1,500 a year. Save the food. Cha-ching. And $1,500 extra bucks is like getting a pay raise. Save the food. Cha-ching. You're promoted. Which could pay for your child's braces. Save the food. Cha-ching. You're promoted.
Check out my braces.
So when you hear this sound, rethink your behavior. Cook it, store it, share it. Just don't waste it. For tips and recipes, visit SaveTheFood.com. Brought to you by NRDC and the Ad Council.